All right. Welcome to the Broskiedoodles Podcast, the best podcast in all the land, the one that's being heard in all of the fucking Eastern European countries right now, right on the border with Russia. Right now, they're having some conflict over there. They hear a lot of the Broskiedoodles Podcast to try to stay in peace. As always, with us, our Broskiedoodles in the southeast of the U.S. Yeah, Adrian and John. Thank you for joining us, guys. I want to get that right to the point. Subscribe to the thing, share it. But I want to get right to the topics because I don't want to waste your time. And I wanted to show you guys a commercial that came out for a Google Pixel 6 phone. And the commercial is supposed to say we give minority groups that have a little darker skin, we give them a better chance with our phones to get better pictures. And I think that is such like a low-hanging fruit thing. But I'm gonna shut my screen real quick so you could see it.
Well, it's trying to be so not racist that it's racist.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Let's watch it.
Well, I haven't seen it, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, look.
They overdo it.
Wow.
For the people that hear the podcast and that are looking at it, I mean, what it is like it starts with pretty much the thing is, it wants to say that, with our phone, people of darker skins get better pictures because in the past the phones were being racist, I guess. And pretty much at the beginning you see some really shitty pictures that were taken with really shitty phones, and then at the end you see pictures that are made with perfect lighting and professional cameras, and that's supposed to say, well, the other phones were racist and these are not. But you could check the Google Pixel 6 commercial if you want to see it. For the people hearing it, I just want to look out for the people that are hearing it on the podcast. But for the people watching it, well, you already saw it. What do you guys think of this?
Put the link in the bio in the comment section, definitely. Oof.
Dude, like you said, I don't know why the fuck. The first picture that they show is of a freaking Nokia piece of shit flip phone from the 90s in the darkest background ever in the middle of a nightclub. And then the other ones are professionally lit in the middle of the day.
It's such low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen a side by side, this one was with the iPhone 13 and this one was the Google Pix, whatever.
Right.
So you can see the difference.
And then I'll be like, okay, yeah, the Samsung phone is racist. Okay, I get it. but also, dude, it's such a weird thing because this is a technical aspect of a phone. A phone can digitally have an ISO. ISO is the setting on the camera that can give it more light. So it's I mean, I get it. I see how the marketing team saw this and it's oh, perfect idea, But to me, it feels I don't know if the word is ill-intended, but it's yeah, you don't really care about giving pictures to diversity groups or what. It's a low-hanging fruit, I think. But I don't know. I just found it funny. Wanted to show you guys and get your thoughts on it.
It's definitely a lighting issue more so than a race issue. Just change the angle,
and the people that they showcased weren't even that dark compared to the people in the beginning of the video.
Right. Even they're not even consistent in the video.
Right.
It should have been the same people, in the beginning of the video and then at the end of the video.
They try to throw a whole bunch of people in there. There was like a Arab family, Pakistani family. Is like
there was like a Thailand person. It's like, wait,
this is not what you were. What are we?
And
they're like saying,
it's like they have like a hymn in the background.
Like it almost got to the point where it's like, oh yeah, this is just a good camera for everybody. Like,
right. Like, they should have just kept the dark theme throughout.
Not if you're white. If you're white, don't even buy this fucking phone.
All cameras matter.
This is the thing.
You just be glow. You glow.
I won't support the brand unless when you take the picture, if the picture has a white person, it erases them. That's how I would feel like this makes sense. Like just erase the person so that it doesn't keep being part of every history. You know, like just erase them.
They're a beam of light, or they're just completely gone.
No, like there's a software on the Google 6 phone that enhances everyone else, but if you're white, it just erases you like if it was photoshopped out. Because we don't need you.
But the good thing is that all three of us will be beautiful on that phone.
We'll be beautiful, and we will actually, people will be able to actually see our tonalities, because with other phones in the past, we all know about the racist software that's always taken.
Like people can see us right now. Right now, we're unlocked characters.
We're unlocked characters.
Shut up. Oh my goodness.
But anyways, yeah, that was a little crazy. I have other topics here that I've been meaning to talk to you, broskies, about. One of them, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos always going big. I mean, this is my boy. I've been buying books from him since like 2006. I mean, so for people hating Bezos,
yeah, I mean,
whatever. I mean, you got my
only
bro.
got Bezos for Bezos.
We got my bro. Yeah, we only got Bezos. We got my boy Adrian over there looking like Bezos. I mean, like, you know what I mean? And I'm talking
about
the
look. He's copying me.
And looking like Bezos today, not nerdy geek Bezos. I'm talking about Bezos partying in Ibiza, popping Molly Bezos. You know what I mean?
Billionaire Bezos. Cheating on his wife Bezos.
So he always goes big, and he is having a company build a yacht for him, right? And the company is in the Netherlands. Apparently the Netherlands, they're really good at this. Making of the ships, right? Apparently they have some history colonizing different people and causing
Vikings and shit.
Yeah, causing rockets on the way. But they were one of the leaders in when it comes to naviary and sea functions.
Would that be cultural appropriation?
No, that's just facts. So, so the Dutch are building this super yacht for Bezos, and the way that you build boats, right? You build them in a shipyard that's linked to a canal or a sea, so that the ship, you cannot carry the ship in land. It has to sort of be built in the water type shit. Once it's built, very soon, it's gonna have to be moved through the canals, but it's so big that they're gonna have to disassemble an old bridge that's there. It's this old bridge that already has a system that goes up and down for boats, but this boat is so big that they're gonna have to, and it's like a very old bridge. Apparently it has a lot of culture, so a lot of people are talking shit about it, like, yo, this motherfucker is about to like make these people tear down this very iconic bridge. On the other side, I'm pretty sure that the fact that yacht is being built there is providing a lot of jobs and economy to the city. So what do you guys think of this?
They should put something in his clause where he has to build it back. Part of it is you tear it down and then you refurbish it, you upgrade that bridge because you realize that it's a monument to the country. But then again, he's not gonna think like that because he's like, yo, I got a big enough dick that I'm buying this big ass yacht. I'm giving you jobs. I'm getting my boat the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck about your shitty old bridge. It's not working anyway. So
fuck your bridge.
Fuck your bridge.
I mean, even if he were to rebuild the bridge, would it still be the same bridge? Like, would it still have the history or the whatever?
Would it still not work?
No, I mean, he could even build it bigger and better so that for future billionaires to have their future yachts.
For his next one.
Like, yo,
And then,
let's take this shit out of here because this is gonna be an issue for my next yachts.
for my next 3, get the fuck out of here. And then have it open this way as opposed to going like this, like that.
Right. I mean, it would help if the design was a little better. Right. They designed
Well, who's
this.
complaining? Is it the people
The
or is it the government?
No, the people.
the people of the town, the people that use the bridge for a daily basis to get it.
No, they don't even use the bridge. It's just
for decoration, John.
yeah, bro. There's not that many things in this city. So.
I mean, then why is this even an issue? If let's say 5 people use this bridge, why is it so important for these 5 people to be noticed?
Well, it's any like historical
complain
monument, like a dumbass aqueduct or some shit. That it's like, yo, I could tear this down and put a fucking skating rink.
John, I understand you were born in Miami, a place that has no historic value, but people in other countries where things happen in the past, they value certain monuments. So this bridge, I guess, reminds them of the time where Netherlands was leader in cheese making. I don't know.
we have a sacrificial pit from like the Indians and the Everglades, but it's not really a monument.
Like, this is how we used to, kill the witches. We used to throw them off this bridge. So it means a lot to us. No, but I do think, I mean, part of me respects them a lot. Like, I really wish they, but part of me is like, yo, man, fuck your bridge. Let's start making yachts. And maybe that bridge shouldn't be there because yachts aren't fitting in that shit. Make it go up or open like this, like the Panama Canal.
Oh man.
On another note, sorry, you had a thought on this.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure he has the money capability to rebuild the bridge and make it better, like we were talking about. But then it defeats the purpose of even having the bridge there, or like, people have this whole thing with the history of it, breaking it down and bringing it back up,
refurbish it, just like they do with like art pieces and whatnot, just to make it like how it was originally created, to keep it intact in its essence.
But then every time that he wants to build a yacht, you have to refurbish it.
Well, he makes it functioning again.
I imagine him like being like an Italian mafia guy, like, hey, look, I get the bridge, I put it in a little plaza. You guys can look at it every day. What you want me to do? It's a fucking bridge,
Hey, get the fuck out of
Tony.
here.
Hey, Tony, can we put the bridge in the little plaza where they have a little coffee here, Like, come on, man.
Yeah, boss. Yeah.
Yeah, boss, anything for
not?
anything, Tony. Anything.
It's a fucking boat. The boat can go anyway. Why the fuck do I care? Build
It's
that
a
shit.
fucking bridge.
Who the fuck uses that bridge?
I mean, if you want to talk to me like a real bridge, like the Brooklyn Bridge.
Shit. This ain't no fucking Manhattan bridge. Shit.
This little cheese-eating goat country bridge. Come on, Tony.
Get the fuck out of here.
Talking about boats. There was this very sad story recently in the news. A Galician. When I say Galician, I mean from the place Galicia, right? Galicia is a town, it's a region in Spain, in the northwest part of Spain, very close to Portugal. There, people there grab boats and they go out fishing, and apparently they cross the fucking Atlantic and they get to the coast of Canada because there's like the best fishing there, but it's also the most dangerous. Dude, it's like a fucking movie, like the pirate days, where like they go to this place, like, no, we gotta follow the storm. And you know how every country, there's like a law where you have 200 miles from the coast, that's your waters. And so most of that really good fishing zone is in Canada, but a little bit of it falls outside of the international limits. So a lot of people from other countries go fish there. And one of them is this Galician people from Galicia. Galicia, that's how they would say it here, in Spain. Bro, they capsize and pretty much they're gone, right? Like I think 2 people survive or 3. And dude, straight up waves, like, and it's cold, it's freeze, like the boat is freezing. There's ice in the everything, like it's straight up. Like it reminded me, like when they talk about, the discovery of the Americas and they took a boat and they went across the Atlantic. Like, bro, the sea is a monster.
Oof.
I salute all our seamen,
All the seamen,
All of them. Every single last one of them.
every type.
Every
Fought a good
time.
fight. Fought a good fight.
Like it kind of made me wanna. I mean, I know I'm not built for it, and I wouldn't do it, but like a little bit, like I don't know, dude. Let's get a boat and go like fishing there, and like
See if we can
Fight.
survive.
like fight the nature,
And nature always wins, man. Nature always wins. I don't know if you guys saw the article recently of that guy that was swimming in a wetsuit in Sydney, Australia. And he got eaten by a great white shark.
Oof.
And some guy that was fishing, he's like, there's a little pier with a bunch of rocks around it, and the guy was fishing, and all you see is just like a pool of blood. Guy got eaten.
Yeah.
And to us, it's like a big deal. Like a guy's, swim, he got fucking eaten by a shark. Human
Shit.
getting eaten by a shark is, doesn't happen often, right? The last time it happened in Sydney was like 1960s, but like that's nature, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would have thought that it happened more often.
Not a bite, completely eaten.
Yeah,
What do you
like
mean? Like
devoured.
This guy ate him whole,
Yeah,
chomped him, and said, I like the way you taste.
Like he didn't even
Your lunch.
he didn't even like bite pieces. Like he just took them all.
well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he took chunks, but like people usually survive a bite.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
one bite, and the shark's like, nah, he tastes like shit, dude. You have a bunch of like alcohol in your system. I don't want you.
Damn, that is true. Normally,
I'm on a
sharks
low
don't
carb
wanna-
diet.
when they find out you're a human, they don't want to eat you. But I guess if that motherfucker's hungry, he will eat
Fine.
you.
And that's nature. Like to the shark and to like nature, it's like that's nothing. That's just another day in the life.
Another meal
Shark doesn't think twice.
as lunch.
That is
Bro. And the water is nature too. You don't give a fuck. It's
Dude.
like, and this is weird, but like I've been realizing, how in the movie that we recently reviewed a movie, Nightmare Alley. There's a part in the movie where Bradley Cooper tells Molly, like she's like, "Oh, I'm scared," and he's like, "Fuck, I'm scared every day of my life," And life is like, even though we have cars and shiny things and screens and clothing and but we do live in a fucking jungle, and life is a motherfucker, eh? It's like, I mean, we're not being chomped like a zebra in the wild, but metaphorically we are by the system, bro.
a system.
No, but
Well, by life itself, by time.
by time.
90% of the sea is unexplored. Of the ocean has not been explored because we don't have the capabilities of reaching there.
You think that's gonna be the solution for affordable housing? We find a way to dude, some shit recently came up, like Dave Chappelle. He lives like in Ohio, and they were like talking in like some, like not a Congress, but like a hearing for the local laws. And he was mad that they were gonna build some affordable housing around the area. And I mean, so people in the right are using it to be like, oh, you see, when it does affect them, they don't want no social shit, I don't know how, and I don't know the details of it, so I don't want to say anything about Dave in that sense. But I mean, not like he knows me and he's gonna, message me like, hey, yo, what the fuck you talking about me on your podcast?
Why are you talking shit?
But it just got me thinking, like, when it comes to like social programs, right? Like you talk about that affordable housing. At the end, you're gonna have to build it next to a place, and what place is that gonna be? people that are paying good money for a community don't want to have people living there that afford less, because money, your income, even though it's fucked up, income is the thing that sort of keeps score and allows you to move to where people are like you in a socio-economic way. Even if you think that's discrimination, we do that. Like, you always want to improve where you live in the community, where it has better schools, better parks, more safety. So it's just, I don't know. How do you guys think of that relationship between trying to help people and trying to have programs that help them, but at the same time, not fucking up the natural ecosystem of people? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going too much with it, but it's 3 in the morning here.
So like the income, your income level kind of represents like your social score, like almost like a credit score, but like in society.
Yeah, class system, or caste.
And as fucked up as it is, there is a purpose to it. You know what I mean? It allows you to. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a family, right, you don't want to live in a very poor ghetto that is very insecure for your children to play outside. So you try to improve your socioeconomic situation so that you can live in better places with more safety, with more activities, right? So it's like if they say, look, we're going to build right behind your park, Adrian, a bunch of buildings where people are going to be able to rent at a very low price. Well, you know, the people that are going to access those things are people that have a different way of lifestyle. Maybe they don't have the same respect for people's space, for people's privacy, for people's whatever the fuck. Yeah,
it brings my property value down too.
Right? And all these things sound very like Republican, old man type, like, I don't want this shit to look. But the thing is, until we start talking about these things seriously, in a way where, like, let's look at both sides, then we're not gonna get it, out of it. Like Dave Chappelle, if he is saying it because he fears like he's gonna fuck up the society, I see it too. Like, I don't know what's the solution, but there's gotta be a better one. I think
it would bring down Adrian's property value, but it would definitely bring up their property value. So like, there's two sides to the coin. There's a positive and a negative.
But it's not their property. It is my property. For them, they're just getting the housing. They're renting.
They're getting like
it's government provided.
They're getting like a discount.
So the government's housing is going up.
Well, they own the building, right? Like, I don't think the tenants of one of those properties belong to the to the individuals. It belongs to a corporation.
They are buying it in a way, but they're just being subsidized by the government. But John, your metaphor is not that great, because this is what you're saying. It's like if the government said, okay, Adrian, whatever you make, half of it, we're going to give it to this family that didn't work. And Adrian says like, yeah, but that's not good for me. I'm losing half the money. And you're like, yeah, but they're gaining half the money. So who's losing here?
You gotta look at both sides of the spectrum,
Yeah, no shit. Adrian's house goes down, theirs goes up. Yeah, they didn't even have a house before.
So then maybe there should be like an incentive or a reward program. Like, look, we're gonna build these houses next to you, but we're gonna give you X amount of tax relief from your mortgage or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and a few weapons. No, I mean, there's gotta be a way to do it.
I don't think you become a homeowner like that, dude. Like, the government subsidizes what they pay for half of it just because.
No. Plan ocho, like you're paying rent. You're not paying.
You're paying right. You don't become the owner. The owner of that building is
the government or the private company.
Wow, that's even worse because when you own it, you at least give a little fuck about it, because you gotta pay repairs. When you rent it, I mean, you're even less like, yo, fuck this shit.
Yeah, and if you're paying a fraction of what people around your area are paying, you would give less. Like, the less you pay, the less you care about it.
And you'll never progress, because you're never gonna leave that place, because you will always think like, oh, I got it at a really hooked up price. to me, that the whole system is designed to fuck up a community and not help the people that need the help. I think the people that need the help should be helped, but also should be helped in routing their life. Because if they don't improve that lifestyle, then it's never like, you know what I mean? And it's this, and their answer is also not to put them all in the same fucking segregated area, because then that just creates ghettos. And you know, I think it's a mixture of integration, but also I guess you have to have more policing and more security so that people behave and integrate in a better way. I don't know.
More education, I think,
More
from the ground
education
up.
too. Yeah, ground up. But anyways, the Broskiedoodles does have a political program, and we are going to be in the next election, so we just wanted to give you a little bit of the of this. Now,
I'm running for comptroller.
did I
Of the podcast?
did I talk to you guys about the coins, the inflation? Did we speak about this already?
What coins?
Dude, I
Like
don't know. Like
Bitcoins?
no, like Roman, like NFTs.
Anyone?
No, like the Roman Empire was brought down mainly by corruption that took place and inflation. And the inflation is funny because back then, it's not like today where they print the money, but it's a very similar concept. When the government needed more money, but they didn't have more money, they started coining the coins with less and less silver so that they could make more coins. But then people eventually found out. So now things would cost more coins because, well, now the coins have less silver, so we need more coins to make up the same amount of silver.
Right.
And
That's bad.
and that kept happening to the point where like one of the coins was just coated in silver and 95% of it was copper. And I don't know, I just found it very interesting that even back then, in medieval times, the same principles apply. Like if you try to cheat the system and get more coins than there are in the system, then it's gonna break down.
Because there's a set amount of coins, but you're just like, all right, let me get half a coin, and then another half a coin, and another half a coin. Eventually, it becomes no coin. Like eventually, becomes so little the amount that is actually coin that it becomes negligible. So you'd have to have 100,000 coins to equal that one coin back in, I don't know, 240 BC or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much at the end, the value of the coin is based on the actual material, right? Silver. So silver has value and had value back then because it was used to forge swords and things, right? So a coin that was made out of silver had a lot of value. But if I tell you, this coin is still the same amount, but it has less and less silver, eventually people are not going to accept that coin for the same value that it had before, because now, to me, its value is less now. Because at the end of the day, if I was gonna grab this coin and really, trade it to somebody, a blacksmith, he's gonna be like, no, I can't take it for that because the content of this coin is a lot less than what it says. So whatever, like, it got to the point where like, oh, if you wanted to pay for things, or I only accept the coins from back then when they were good. I don't accept the new ones. And this happens in Venezuela, where they changed the bolivar so many times and took out the zeros. But it's the same concept. I mean, it's not making the coins with less silver, but it's the same concept, just in 21st century. I don't know. I just found it funny that you see it throughout time, that we're just deceiving bastards and corrupted motherfuckers, and we will always try to cheat the system, and the system cannot be cheated. It's like nature. Nature is just nature. You could try to cheat it, but you cannot make more coins out of. If you have 10, yeah, then there are.
I mean, you can cheat the system, but eventually it'll catch up to you, and it'll te va a pasar la cuenta. It'll eventually ask you to pay for the bill, one way or another.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, the only way to fix those situations is to cut government spending and promote business creation.
Wait,
Yeah, man.
how did I didn't see the creation of coins, government spent. Like there's a little space in between. So.
What do you mean?
Like I didn't see how the creation of the coin, and the like the printing of the money related to the government spending. Like you're saying that
well,
the
that's why they
government
keep
spending,
printing it.
Yeah, they keep printing so that they could pay for government spending.
but it loses value the more you print it. So you're not spending any more. You're just spending.
But the thing is, if you're the one that can print the money, you're the lucky one that can have the advantage of the benefit of that fake money. Once that money enters the system, then it gets inflated, and then everybody else gets fucked. But the first one, like it's sort of like imagine the guy that makes the coins. If you're the first one that's fucking with the coin and making it instead of 100% silver, 50% silver, but nobody knows, you can still buy things as if that shit was full silver. But eventually people will find out, and then everything gets inflated. But the first one that is able to do it gets the benefit out of it, which is what the government gets, right? They get to pay their bills with money they don't have. But then once that trickles down in the system, that just creates inflation and less purchasing power for the common man. That's why for 2024, the Broskiedoodles wants your vote.
So you're saying that you can't cheat the system unless you are the system.
No, even if you're the system, you can cheat
it eventually comes at you.
But somebody's gonna. This is what I mean when I say you can't cheat the system. The system's going to va a cobrar. He's going to get paid. The system will get paid. And if the people that are cheating it at the beginning aren't paying it, then somebody in the back is gonna pay it, which is always the taxpayer. But the system cannot create free coins. When you create a coin, the system asks, okay, this needs to be paid.
So we go out to the club with the system. He's like, yo, everybody, let's free shots. Like, I got this on me. Yeah. They start getting the shots. And then they're like, hey, the system, where are you at? The bill's here. System? System?
System's gone. System's home, sleeping. Yeah, well, KIKO, wouldn't that apply once when the US dollar was backed by gold and precious metals? Now, and for a while, it hasn't been. So
Right, so it's even worse.
So they can keep the jig going for a while.
Back then, it worked because it was backed by gold. Like each dollar was, I don't know, a coin of silver, right? That's perfect. That's beautiful. That's how it should be. That's how I think it should be. In 1970 something, they got out of what was called the gold standard, which meant that the amount of fiat currency, the paper currency, didn't have to match the amount of gold and silver in the reserves, which pretty much is just a free pass to fucking print the money, right? And make the fake coins. Like that's all it is. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the money is just a proof of the gold in the bank.
The gold ownership, yeah.
If you could just keep printing proofs but not having the gold, then you create an inflation, and well, now it's even worse because we're not even backed by gold, all fiat currency. And that's why the crypto bros always say, like, you see, fiat. This is the thing, like, I and the crypto bros agree on one thing, and it's that fiat currency is bad. But they think that was gonna improve it or beat it is some like skins, that they buy for UFC.
Not digital fiat currency.
Exactly. They're like, bro, you see the paper one? That one is not real. But this one on my phone. No, but I don't know. I just wanted to share that thing about the coins because it really made it feel like it made it easier to understand than today's printing of money. It's harder. With the coins, it's like, oh, I get it. You use less silver for it. And it just shows how you could try to cheat the system, even in those medieval times.
Yeah, in this day and age, I don't know. The economy's a beast. Not sure the solution. Not even sure what the fuck we're talking about anymore.
Well, you did a little Jordan Peterson voice. Jordan Peterson said something in the Joe Rogan podcast recently. I mean, he seems like he's gone bonkers, but he still has some things that are valuable. But yeah, I think he should start eating a little more than just meat. But he said that he was like against climate change, but he's like, the best thing for climate change is to make everybody rich. And at the beginning, it sounds like something a Republican old guy would say, right? Playing golf. But if you think about it, if everybody had money, then people could be green.
Wouldn't a communist say that?
Say what?
If everyone is rich, if everyone has the same amount of money, or is elevated to the same level.
Well, the communists would say we're all downgraded to the same level.
Or upgraded to it.
Well, I don't think
that depends on where you're at the level. What level are you at?
Well, I mean, the communists reject people that are rich by design. So I guess we will have to. I mean, we would have to define what's rich.
If everyone, right? Because if everyone's at the same level, then nobody's rich.
Basically.
Exactly. Whatever. Jordan Peterson says climate change is solved by everybody having resources, and and I think it makes sense because people are not going to recycle and purchase food at Whole Foods and get the most eco-friendly gas if they're fucking struggling with payments. People are gonna say fuck you to ecology if they need to pay bills. So, you know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody fucking doing no eco-friendly bullshit and spending more money. No, let me get this one that's more eco-friendly. No, if you're broke, you're going for the cheapest shit, and that's it. So
yeah,
if everybody,
you don't get a 50 pack of crackers with a can of cheese, like.
Wouldn't that go against what he always says about the hierarchy then? If there's always a dominance hierarchy, then you can never get to the point where everybody's at the same level of wealth where you stop giving a fuck.
No, but I think that you can still have the hierarchy, but just everybody just be higher together. You know what I mean? Like the richer are gonna be richer also. But at least we don't have people. Like, this is what I'm trying to be like. There's a lot of people that don't have enough money. And I put myself in this shit for like a tragedy, type shit. Like a lot of people have that. Like if everybody had enough money where like their immediate worries are solved, then now you can have extra money to fucking buy the eco-friendly butter, whatever the fuck. But if you're not at that stage
in theory,
yet,
there's always. I don't know, man, because I don't do that, and I'm not. I'm all right.
Yeah, but that just, that just shows
the best eco route.
That just shows that you're like a really piece of shit.
I think you're all right too, and I don't think you do that.
I recycle. No, I mean, I don't know.
So do I, but you don't look for the eco-friendly butter because it's gonna cost more. So suck a dick,
bro. I churn my own butter. I churn my own butter.
All right.
You have a cow in your backyard?
No, but I wasn't even putting ourselves in. And okay, I get what you're saying. You're saying that like even if people are doing well, that doesn't mean that they're gonna be more eco-friendly or not.
There's still gonna be people that are gonna want to save every bit that they can. There's gonna be companies that are not eco-friendly, and you're gonna want to buy whatever is cheaper. Like
that's true.
In theory, what he's saying is great, but I don't know in a practical sense.
Nah, you're right. Fuck Jordan Peterson.
Aren't some rich people? Don't some rich people tend to be cheaper than more regular people?
I guess.
Like it even got like sometimes it even like it's even to the point where they got to the point where they're at because of the fact that they were cheap.
Right.
Like they weren't like splendid with their money. They weren't frivolous, and they weren't like spending it on whatever.
Yeah, they weren't going to Whole Foods. They were going to Walmart. Or
they were eating the ramen.
No, I feel you.
Yeah. So.
But they were stacking them racks.
I'm sorry, guys. I guess it's not a good argument. Well, I do feel though. I do feel that part of the world's problems can be better, and some of them solved if we could just make it so that everyone can make more money, but not because the government gives it to them, but because they live in a world where their skills are easily monetized. You know, that's something that we can aspire to.
You raised the bar.
I wanted to talk about another segment here. It might sound a little weird, but I was watching a movie, and in the movie somebody passed away, and some shit wasn't all like fixed, right? Like meaning, you know, when people say like, oh, you need to get your affairs in order, right? And I started thinking of like little shit, right? That like imagine, you know, once in many years, decades, millennia in the future when we're gone, you think like, what happens with like my Spotify subscription? Like, do they just keep charging that shit?
Keep charging that account.
You know
Until
what I mean?
there's
Like,
no more in that shit.
Like little things like that. Like, I mean, I guess part of me shouldn't give a fuck. Like, fuck, man, you guys solve that shit. But part of me is like, I don't know. What if I just like make sure everything's, you know, like maybe you don't renew. I don't know. I thought maybe there was gonna be
you don't sign up for the year anymore. You do it by month.
You wanna save on the yearly subscription? Nah, I'm not falling for that.
Like you start paying with like prepaid debit cards and shit.
You never know, man.
I only do cash, bro, day by day.
Every day's a miracle. Every day's a gift.
You send the money in through the mail, like to the Spotify office.
like how long does the gym take to like? No, just keep charging Jim. Hasn't been here in 11 months.
Someone check on that guy.
Like, I don't know, like,
man.
No,
like,
dude, my dad passed away, and I still get mail of shit that he owns, and it's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna ignore this one.
that he owes.
Nothing really comes of it. I'm sure there's a lot, and my dad wasn't really in debt. I made a couple $100 here, $100 there, but like nothing crazy either. I'm sure there's people that pass away with like $1,000 in debt, and well, so just chalk it up to a loss then.
In Spain, if you pass away, your children can decide to keep your assets, but they also have to recognize your debts. Otherwise, you can reject both. I don't know how it works in the U.S.
That's solid.
I think in the US, depending on how much property or like assets they have, I think like once you die and there's a certificate of death, they seize the assets, and they give you, like, from the estate. When you have an estate, they take the money out of the estate before they give it to you or whatever. If that's
But
what
money,
you
like
decide to,
like taxes.
something like that. There's like a tax.
In Spain, they take like 45%. They're ruthless. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's money that already paid taxes. That's some fucked up shit. That's why it's important, if we get to make money and we get old and before we go, put it all in like trust and shit, where like your kids get to keep all of it and the government doesn't keep shit.
Or sell it to them before you die. Like All right, I got a year left.
You can gift it to them too. Yeah.
There's
That's
a
an
limit
option.
though before it
But
gets taxed.
the gifting is there's a taxing on the gifting.
That's fucked up, bro. Like those
But
laws
you
are
could-
fucked.
you could
I
sell.
can gift. I should be able to gift whatever I want.
Right. I made this.
You know how
And-
like
I made it and I already paid taxes for it.
Maybe.
you know how
I
like when you
did.
have like an old car and your kid wants to like use it, so you gift it to them. They charge you a tax based off of the Kelly Blue Book value of that car at the time, as opposed to if you sell it to them for like $100 and they charge you taxes for the $100, which is like a 7% tax or whatever.
Right. And they take the price when it originally came out.
No,
The current year.
Yeah, whatever the Kelly Blue Book says of the values of the car at that point in time when you sell it to them.
Okay. Makes sense. I mean, I guess.
Because
Makes
if not, you'd have a lot of people just like brokering deals. Like here,
And
I'll
and
give you
gifting.
100.
Like, hey, let's say I sold it for 50 cents.
Yeah, and you're gonna give me 30 grand on the side.
On the topic of death, which is, it's a dark topic, but we touch it every once in a while in the Broskiedoodles so that we could respect it, but also, know that things do come to an end.
Just like John here.
Just like John. Jeez.
John came to an end quick. That's how life is.
That's like,
You're 1 second, you're not.
hey, bro, every day's a gift.
Every day's a gift.
No, but there's this place in Honduras. Well, Adrian, you have Honduran, so you have the Honduran blood. And in Honduras, I saw this little documentary. There's this town where the tombs, right, the tombs, right, where people lay to rest in peace. The tomb. They're colored, and the people decide before they die.
That's
like,
racist.
No. And but they have colors like yellow, green. You decide. And I was thinking, what if we take this to the next level and we combine this with the NFTs? So now your tomb has an NFT of what, Michael Jordan. Poof.
Your favorite NFT is on your tombstone?
Like what is everybody buys this NFT so they can show them off. What better place to show them off than in the place of your rest?
Damn, that's a whole nother market, dude. Like at a mausoleum?
I mean, this already exists.
no.
Like people already make mausoleums, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the next. This is the next.
You just gotta
level.
sell the space. You sell the technology of this little screen and you put it there.
And then, who knows? Like that soul is attached to that NFT.
And then you have the NFT of the person that died, like doing some wacky shit in their life.
Yeah. You'll never catch me. Ah!
Right? The last 10 seconds of their death.
I think John just simply died.
Yeah, no, he's gone.
He's a goner.
We didn't get an NFT of him before he left,
So
so he's not getting one on his tombstone.
I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting idea because, I mean, that does make sense. That for people to have different colors, like my favorite color. I don't know why I never saw that before. If you go to cemeteries, they're pretty bland. Like it'd be cool if each
Someone
one
die around here?
like if it'd be cool if it was more like you remember each person's MySpace page,
Mm-hmm. Like a top 8 and
right? Make it fun.
well, that's a good point.
You go there. There's the little soundtrack of your life. Don't stop believing. whatever
That's
it
what
is.
they do when you pass away and you go to a funeral. People start talking about like the best moments they had of you. So it'd be crazy if they had that recorded and they just put that on loop in the NFT.
And then people can buy those NFTs. Not
Damn.
weird.
And own your soul. I got this NFT of your dad that died a few seconds before he died. I could sell it to you for $5 million.
Well, you laugh, but the way the crypto world is going, I mean, it's just a matter of
Some
time.
girl that wanted to go on a date, she just got done buying a car. Now she wants to meet up.
You talking to me like right now?
Yeah.
Okay. On the podcast. Okay. All right. So you gonna go now? That's
yeah, in a few
fire.
minutes.
That's fire. Well, I was gonna ask you what you finna do, but we don't want this to be in the public. But anyways, as you see, we've prolonged this a little bit, but just random topics that I wanted to run by the Broskiedoodles. We haven't talked to each other in a few days, and I just wanted to catch up. So, well, thank you once again, Adrian. I want to let you go so you can go on your little date and do your little cute things. Take care, guys. I love you.
All right, man.
That was awkward. Peace.